Start it over. All right, I had to switch up the scenery. I had to get rid of that last one. So I'm going to start this back over again. First of all, I'm going to say peace. Greetings, everyone. I'm going to say Hotep. I'm going to say Islam. Alafia.
Peace.
I hope that all is well with everyone.
Many blessings.
I got better lighting in here, man. Upstairs it was kind of dim and I couldn't pick up a signal. I don't know, man. My house on top of a vortex, man. So there's a lot going on, man. It's hard to pick up a signal a lot of times.
And he was in one of our spiritual rooms.
Yeah, I was in the spiritual room, man. That's crazy.
It's kind of crazy in there.
You know what I'm saying? So,
sorry, guys.
I started over.
Well, I actually want to say many blessings to everybody that's in the group. Thank you for all of our new membership, and thank you for everybody that's with us. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of our faithful people that's with us all the time throughout the week, every week. Thank y'all because you guys make Black Alchemy, and I want to tell y'all thank you for that.
Right. Well, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. Like I was saying earlier, that what I'm gonna do, I got like notes, and the reason why I have to follow my notes because spirit, right, would jump in me and take me all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta keep it on track and I gotta keep it on point. So I got a lot of notes I gotta reference to, and these notes I had over the years, man. So over the years, you know, you learn a lot, and a lot of stuff get pushed to the subconscious. So I gotta do that to open it up. You got that set?
I'm trying to.
All right, so we're gonna talk about infinite potential, right? I'm gonna say this starting out. A lot of people that I've been running across lately, confidence in themselves has been broken.
Oh.
A lot of people don't know if they're coming or going. They don't know which way is up. You know what I'm saying? If you think about a tarot card, right, it'll show as the Fool. You know what I'm saying? In reverse. You know what I'm saying? Not understand the direction they need to be going in life. And that's because a lot of people really don't understand what they are or what they possess inside of them. So the science of that is that society today has played a cruel joke on humanity. It's a joke placed on humanity. And what's going on is like humanity fell into a deep sleep. It's a comfort zone. And like I was saying earlier, we at the point now where like some of us are waking up and we're not fully out of the deep sleep. We might be sitting up in the bed, but our feet is not on the ground moving forward because we're in the process of wiping coal out of our eye.
Right.
You know, and you know, when you're in a deep sleep, man, you ain't trying to get up. Somebody trying to shake you or call your name, you're not trying to hear because you comfortable where you at. And we comfortable with being materialistic. We comfortable with the mundane life. We comfortable with being human all the time. Not saying nothing wrong with being human because we here having a human experience.
Right.
I ain't trying to sound all spiritual because guess what? You still got to go out there and work. You still got to hustle. You still got to grind. And you still got families and yourself to provide for. You know what I'm saying? It's not a knock on the human experience. But the thing is, it's more to you than being human. You know, so like infinite potential, right? All right, when you think about infinite, you're thinking about something that's limitless, endless. You think about something that's absolute. You know what I'm saying? Infinite is truth. And truth don't need nothing or no one to argue for it. You know what I'm saying? In metaphysics, everything that we see in the outside world is the same, you know, things that we see inside of us. I had run across a meme the other day where it was talking about the minerals that you find throughout the universe and find throughout nature.
Right.
Is the same minerals that you find inside of the human body. I think it was like 102 of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, as we say, as above, so below, law of correspondence. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with the Piscean age.
Piscean.
You remember the Piscean age, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole age of the Pisces that we went into. That's when, like, with the turn of religions, right? That's when we started to look out of space.
Right.
For our salvation or for our divine words or for our inspiration, right? And we stopped looking in the inner space. You got outer space, you got inner space. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even blame that on the Bible. And I'm going to say it again. Who said that the Bible belongs to Christianity? Nah, because if you understand what you're reading It's a lot of metaphysics, a lot of astrology.
Esoteric,
It's a lot of esoteric. It's a lot of spell breaking going on in there. I'm not going to give no particular religion the audacity to own that, because it's powerful. If you know what you're reading and know how to use it, it's ill. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say that we as children of the Most High.
Right.
And when I say Most High, somebody knocking at the door. When I say Most High, I'm not talking about from a religious aspect of saying that it's somebody up there that's judging you. Somebody that's like sitting on the clouds with a magic wand, with beard and all this and that. I'm not talking about Most High as that. I'm talking about the Most High that lives in heaven. Heaven being your crown or your kingdom, your dome. You know what I'm saying? That's the heaven I'm talking about. We children of that Most High. Because remember, dealing with metaphysics, we work from within going out. That's how we work with metaphysics, right? So being children of the Most High, right? Oh man, I lost my place. Being children of the Most High, I'm gonna say that we gods having a human experience. I'm gonna say that we gods and goddesses having a human experience, which down here makes us gods and goddesses on a lower scale. You know what I'm saying? And we have the potential of greatness. You know what I'm saying? We had a potential to be generators, operators, and destroyers. That's God, G-O-D. You know what I'm saying? And actually, in our own realities, when it starts in our own mind. You got something you to say before I go in? Because I go in my mouth.
Go ahead.
You know?
Go ahead.
And the reason why I can say that in our own mind, because you got to remember, we live in a mental universe. Everything that you see is a result of a thought. Everything that you see is a result of a thought.
Right.
Any kind of action that takes place, it starts off as a thought first. You have a thought, you have an action, you have a reaction. You know what I'm saying? The thought comes before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that has everything to do with the law of attraction too. You know, all of this stuff has a lot to do with the law of attraction. I know it's one of the most popular attractions right now. So many different laws, but the attraction one is right now what everybody's into, because everybody is into manifesting right now. So what he's saying is correct, and what you give to this universe is what you're going to receive.
That's right. It's like you taking control of your own destiny at this part, and this is why I would say we're children of the Most High, and I'm talking about the Most High that is within, that's in that crown. Right. You know what I'm saying? And because of this, the universe, or because of this mental universe, or these mind, or this consciousness that we live in, everything that you see is a result of a thought, like I said.
Right.
Or what I would say, the all. In metaphysics, we say the all, or we say the absolute. Like in religion, you might hear God, you'll hear Allah, you'll hear Amen-Ra, you might hear Jehovah, you might hear Brahma.
Right.
Called by many names, but what we're talking about is a divine consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's taking place, because that's what we're living in.
Right.
You can't get something from nothing, you know? So infinite potential is the seed, it's the part of that divine consciousness that is placed inside of us and everything else in creation. Hands down. You know what I'm saying? We have inside of us infinite potential to become the gods and goddesses of our own lives. Yo, we talk about Ashe all the time.
Ashe all the time.
You know what I'm saying? That Ashe is within you. You know? That's what you say?
No, my house.
I don't want to keep going on. The house is busy tonight, y'all.
House is busy.
They got bear with us. You know what I'm saying? The power to create and manifest to bring things into full reality. That's in you. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to take you out of that victim mindset, because you got to start being responsible.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I personally tell you, everything that I ever done of any kind of form of negativity, it wasn't no devil. It wasn't no red man underground, no pitchfork and no damn tail.
That's funny. Me and you just discussed that this morning. We were talking, was it yesterday? We were talking about, I've been, counseling a lot of women spiritually. And we have to get out of that victim mentality when we're in these relationships. And, we always want to blame the man when we're in these things. Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody's wrong, they're wrong. But we will only allow what can happen. And what can happen is what we allow. So when there are victims in situations, unless you're completely helpless, like attacks and things like that. That's one thing. But when you're in a relationship and you're in an ongoing relationship, you are no longer a victim, you're a participant. So in our minds, we have to come out of, oh my God, this person is abusing me. Oh my goodness, I can't believe they're doing me like this. But you're allowing this. When you stand up, if you stand up, nothing can sit on your back. You have to stand up. So, and I've been talking to these women and I'm like, it's not that I don't counsel brothers too, but it's just that I've been getting more women. And I want my sisters to understand, look in that mirror and understand who you are. And your infinite possibilities are endless because you got to understand who you are. We fall into this trap of we're nobody without somebody. And we all have this 50-50 mentality when it comes to relationships. But we got to come out of that too. I'm not 50% of anything. He's not 50% of anything. He is a whole individual and I'm a whole individual. We create a unit. And when you're dealing with relationships, your infinite possibilities of that is what you two can make it. Okay? If it's going to be confusion all the time, you're making it that way. If it's going to be peace and harmony and love in that, that's what you're making it. You both are together in this. When you said victimization, I had to hit that.
Yeah, we got to play that victim. You got to take responsibility for your life. And the thing is, you have the tools, you have the keys to unlocking that power. Because, thing is, we all born masters.
Yeah.
It's just that when we get here, we forget, so we don't cheat on the test. That's a reincarnation test. We can't cheat on that. You know what I'm saying? But we all born masters, and we all born with a power source that is within us. Okay. And there are keys to unlocking it.
I'm reading a comment, and Candace had said most of them reflect envy and spite because they see it's working for me and they don't understand it. See, what it is that you're going to have to understand also. Sometimes envy is a funny thing. Because sometimes people...
It's one of the four devils.
It is. Envy is a funny thing because some people really want what somebody else have and they don't realize that it's in all innocence because they're not trying to take it away from the other person that they're admiring. They're actually like, wow, I wish I can have things like that, where it is actually causing a problem within themselves because now you're looking at what somebody else have and you're not concerned about your own blessings. Because guess what? Say let's take for instance relationships, right? You guys see what y'all see with me and him. Just because he is the way he is with me don't mean he'll be like that with somebody else. Right. We are all individuals, so I want you to understand that it seems like people are sending heat to you. Don't worry about what they're sending. That's on them. You let them deal with whatever. If they're jealous or if they're envious or if they're admiring what you're doing. Sorry for that. They have their own path. You have yours, and they're the ones with the problem. They're the ones that's going to have to understand they have their own path. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Those are your blessings.
Right. You gotta worry about cultivating what you're trying to manifest.
That's it.
That's what it's about, right?
That's what it's about. And if somebody else is upset over what you're achieving, sorry for that. They have to learn what they need to achieve and keep it moving. That has nothing to do with you, girl. Keep going.
That's right. You plant the seeds. Cultivation.
That's
what I'm saying? And like I was saying, like that seed, right? It's like you being a part of the all, a part of everything in creation. You know what I'm saying? All things are bind and tied together. No man lives alone to himself, right? So you actually have a power source within you. That same power that created everything in the universe is actually within you. You just got to be, you know how to guide it. Your mind, your consciousness has to guide it. You just can't be reckless with it. And what good is a seed if the soil ain't correct?
Well, absolutely. And then there's different types of soils for different types of manifestations of the seeds.
Right. See, the potential of what a tree can become is determined by the soil and determine how you take care and water the seed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A caterpillar potential to become a butterfly. You know what I'm saying? It's in you. You can't do nothing. I'm going to say it again. You can't do nothing physically on this planet until you convince yourself in your mind that it could be done. Yeah. Hands down. For real. What was the guy's name? I got his book in there. What is Think? What was it? Think and Grow Rich. I think it's Napoleon Hill. He said, whatever the mind can, what he said, whatever the mind can believe it can achieve.
It's Jay-Z made the song, him and Pharrell. If you can believe it, then you can achieve it. It's actually one of my favorite songs. Actually we're going into the conversation because Naya asked, how do we learn to manifest better? I'm sorry guys, my phone is doing its own thing. Naya, you learn to manifest because, first of all, I've always spoken to everybody about looking in the mirror and understanding who you are. If you are looking in that mirror every day and you're knocking down everything that you don't like, you are already breaking down your potential of success. You are supposed to look in that mirror and point out at least one thing. I don't care if you concentrate on that one thing all week long and then switch to something else. One thing to say what you like about yourself. So that's number one. So start to look at yourself and start liking and loving. Naya, I know you love yourself, girl. But I'm just speaking to other people. Other people have to learn. Right. And yeah, you're right. Think It and Grow Rich. And she said she read that. Yeah. And it has to be a situation where you have to be confident in yourself. That's number one in manifestation. What can you achieve within yourself? Because if there is no self-love, like he said, that's not a good soil. The seed's not going to grow in that. Then it's about concentration. First of all, everything goes in... you're supposed to have a format of a plan, not just a plan. You don't just jump from the plot to the success. There's steps to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to manifest love within self. And then what can you... Don't go beyond what you know you can't do. Don't jump off the building and say, hey, I'm going to fly. You know, there's steps to this. So you're going to take your steps and understand, even if you have to take baby steps, what can you achieve? What are you capable of achieving right now? And then it's your covet with this universe. What are you sending out to that universe in order to receive? You understand? Then you got to think about the people around you. Do you have positivity around you? In your family, in your relationships, in your business? Because there's certain individuals with Black Alchemy, I'm not letting them near it. I don't care if they're relatives, friends, or whatever. If they're not about positivity within themselves, they have no business near what my business is. Okay? And so manifestation, she said she's still broke.
I see that, right.
Girl, I hear you. I hear you. But broke really is a state of mind.
Right.
Broke is a state of mind. And it's about achieving, because she's one of those people that she's constantly giving out to the community. She's always one of those people. Don't think for 1 minute those ancestors are not going to give back to you. Because you really are. You're a blessed individual.
Because it's a mirror. What you put out there is what you get back. You know what I'm saying? And you said something about achievement. There's no limit to what someone could do when they tap into that infinite potential. Hands down. And, you know, with infinite potential, it's the source that connects us to every known thing in the universe. It is the God aspect of our beings that we have been separated from. Like I was saying earlier, humanity had a cruel joke played on it over the last, I ain't gonna say few years, I'm saying over decades. You know what I'm saying? Where we actually became too materialistic.
Right.
You know, we stopped looking for the power or the salvation or the gods and goddesses within, and we started looking for that outside of us. And what that did, that totally separated you from your power. You know, and like, thing is, potentiality. The same potentiality inside of you is the same potentiality that's found throughout the universe, inside of every particle. You know what I'm saying? The power is within you. What Captain Planet said, the power is yours. Right. Corny ass. You know what I'm saying? Corny, man. But they was giving you degrees and measures.
It's right. And then, you know, all of the kids had different things. One had heart and the other one had something else. I don't know. But they all had powers that are supposed to be within us. You understand? So we it's all about belief in self. Self-esteem. Self-esteem is important. And spirituality. If you are a spiritualist, you do not have any type of self-esteem, get off the whole plan. Do not touch anything. Do not touch anything, because you have to. My phone is bugging tonight, y'all.
I know it's a lot
telling you.
going on. It's the energy of the house. A lot of people.
And I want you guys to understand that we all have to make sure that we are within self first. You got to take care of self first. I always say this, and I told y'all in another video about when you get on an airplane, the first thing they tell you is if the air drops and you're with somebody else, especially a child, put air on yourself and take care of everybody else.
That's right. You got to go within first.
You got to take care of yourself.
Whenever you going through a hard time, and especially for those who pray, when you pray about a situation, like the clouds don't open up and your answer don't come through the clouds. It always that inner voice.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? See, you said when we was talking about manifestation. It's also about synchronicity too, lining up certain frequencies too.
Yes.
And that's very important. We're gonna do one on that too.
That's why I always put the cosmic calendar there for you guys. I try to do it every day. I know sometimes I'm late. I'm late in the evening, but I try to make sure that you guys get it, because that is so important. And again, especially to us spiritualists, we're trying to awaken ourselves and trying to, move some things. That plays a big part in how things are affected here on this planet.
Right.
And how it affects us.
Wow, I'm glad you said that, because the planet, right? Throughout this planet we have ley lines of energy. We have fields of energy. And potentiality is a field of energy. Possibilities that are waiting to happen here in the physical. Right. You just gotta synchronize and tap into it.
Right.
Now we talking all about this, about the power within. That's all good, but people want to know how you do that.
Right.
Or what's the source behind it, or what is this power within. Right. Like I said before, you have a built-in generator. You know what I'm saying? Or you have a built-in energy source, but you know how energy, it has to be guided, it has to be directed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's how the current flow. You got the AC and the DC, you know what I'm saying? Right. But it's got to be directed to be used properly. You know what I'm saying? And the way that we direct that is by the use of mind. Now, what I'm going to say about the power of our mind, because that's where the power lies. The key is to unlock the mind.
Right.
You have endless possibilities in your head, in your mind, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking about mind deals with images.
Right.
Visualization. You know what I'm saying? But mind is also consciousness that works through the brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with mind, also we're dealing with the five senses.
Yeah.
Of course, we're dealing with ego with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But consciousness, right, is the power source of mind. And mind is played out. I say the mind governs the body.
It sure does.
You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking about consciousness governs the mind or the heart, because where your consciousness really lies is in your heart. You know what I'm saying? I tell a lot of people a lot of times, like, we think that when we talk about we conscious, we automatically think the dome.
It's intention.
Right. The seat of the soul. This is where your consciousness lies. Whenever you find, like C. Freeman L. said it, the elder, rest in power. You know what I'm saying? He said, whenever you find yourself in a conversation or by yourself and you find your head going down like this, it's your heart that's trying to tell your mind something. Yeah. You need to listen, because it's 18 inches between the head and the heart, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
And you have to synchronize.
And this is where you listen. When you listen to someone, you listen from the heart.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Understanding.
Oh, wow, yeah.
To understand somebody, you have to do it from here.
Right. So it's about how we govern this energy, or how we, I don't want to say run this energy. I don't even want to say control. It's how we govern the energy, right? We govern it with our mind, with the power of our mind. But the thing is, we got to be careful of negative conditions, negative thoughts, because it'll break the mind. I say the mind is so powerful. I say it all the time, but at the same time, it's fragile.
You ever see people can't break depression?
Oh,
and
man.
It trips me out, because I actually, whenever I speak to people about stuff like that, I'm speaking from experiences. Mm-hmm. Before I met him, I was in another relationship and I was extremely depressed. Mm-hmm. And I could not break it, and I blamed the other person. But I had to realize the other person, he was just being who he was. Right. And he was not for me. And I was trying to convert this into something that was for me. Mm-hmm. And it caused depression. I couldn't break it. And I realized that I had to go within myself to climb out of that. I had to fix a whole bunch of things with that. So when I actually came out of that and I left the relationship, I didn't leave with any malice neither. Still not. You know, we're actually friends to this day. But the thing about it is I had to let that go, and I had to accept some responsibilities, but I also had to pick myself up out of the rut that I allowed myself to sink into. So when you're dealing with a depressive situation, first of all, that's in the past. So, you know, dealing with the subject of the matter tonight, what is your infinite possibilities of climbing out of that rut? What is holding you there? Something's holding you there. So you have to reach within your past and find out exactly what it is, because what you're living in, you probably think it's that, but it's probably something way before that, because depression is of the past. So you got to try to climb out of that and then manifest in your mind how you're going to deal with it and move on from it, so that you can achieve bigger things than what you're sitting in right now, because depression is stagnation.
It's baggage.
It is. It's stagnation.
Badu said bag lady. You know what I'm saying? You know? So when she say bag lady, you want something.
You're going to miss your bus.
You're going to miss your bus. You know what I'm saying?
You
You got to let it go, because that's all buried within the subconscious mind. You got to deal with the situation. You got to nullify it. You got to get it out the way. And I say it all the time. Y'all heard me say it. Just because you sweep dirt under the rug don't mean the dirt ain't there.
Right.
You always going to have to come back and deal with that. So the thing is, you got to neglect. Man, don't neglect it. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with it. You got to nullify it and get rid of it.
Those things.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. When a situation come up, like a lot of people heard from traumas from the past.
That's what
you know what I'm saying? We can't go back and change things that happened in the past, but at the same time, you can empower yourself, and you didn't gotta let it break you no more. You know what I'm saying? You gotta break that chain, you gotta break that cycle before you pass it on to generations after you. And really, for humanity, it ain't no excuse, because we have a built, and I keep saying it, and I'm gonna keep stressing it. You have a built-in power, and the reason why I'm gonna keep saying that, because I actually experienced this power myself. I like talking about myself from experience. You know what I'm saying? Think about somebody who get caught up in a stressful situation, or when they life on the line, or they need to move something, and something just clicked and exploded you, and you did something like, yo, I can't believe I did that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we know this is, you know, for those who are familiar with martial arts, right? Chi and Ki. You know what I'm saying? Familiar with Tai Chi and things like that. You actually have masters out there who can project energy and move objects and even knock people down without even physically touching them. Right. This is real deal science.
Right. So negative situations have to be removed before you do anything. And you can't manifest things with negativity in your way. If you have negative people in your life, get rid of them. I don't care if it's your grandmother. Make a move. Change their mind. Tell them to either deal with you or deal without you. Because if you are trying to achieve, especially big things, negative people will stop you. They will become an obstacle. Your environments. If you don't like the town you live in, if you're living in constant fear in the town where you live in, get the hell out of there if you're trying to achieve great things. I come from a place called Far Rockaway, Queens. We've had talented people come from there, rappers and stuff. 2 of them got killed. I swear to God, I don't care what nobody said, it was the environment. And I love my town, I love y'all. But if you're trying to achieve, you have got to come out of those certain environments. And people say, don't leave your hood, don't leave your hood. You don't have to emotionally leave your hood, but hell, if it's not safe, you better physically get the hell on.
Right.
You understand? And I love them. But I go to visit and I bring my ass back here where I see deer running across the street and rabbits in the yard. I'm dead serious, y'all. I'm like dead serious. I come from the streets, straight up. But I need to be here where there's peace. I need to hear that woodpecker knocking on the daggone wood outside. I'm dead serious. I got to have some type of nature and peace. Yeah. So, you know, it's not for everybody. It is for some people, and it's great. And some people can manifest and move some stuff, but I'm sorry, y'all, I see a lot of people from where I come from, and they're still sitting in the same spot.
Right. Well, they got to tap into it. We're going to talk about consciousness.
Yes.
I can't talk about the potential without dealing with consciousness. And I probably should have dealt with that first, but I let spirit govern and guide me when it comes to these things. consciousness is a state of awareness. You know how they do, oh, I'm in the conscious community, or I'm conscious, this and that. All that means is to be aware.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We make
Not
it
knocking it.
No, it's not a knock on it because you're just aware. You know what I'm saying? But the thing with consciousness is that it's shapeless, it's formless. It has no limits, it has no bounds. You know what I'm saying? And it can't be measured with scientific instruments or none of that. Consciousness is awareness of an experience that's going on. And what I said earlier, we have in human experiences. You know what I'm saying? We all part of the all. We just different variations of this one source that we come from. You know, and the mind being a human factor is how that consciousness is expressed. You know, so I'm gonna say the first thing that we need to do is to see every situation, whether it's good or bad, see it just as it is. We got to keep the emotions right, and we got to keep the mind calm. You got to have a perfect balance between the two, and from here you can shape and form your reality until what you want it to. We're gonna get into the aspect of actually getting hands-on. You know what I'm saying? Mind over matter.
Oh yeah.
That's what it is. Focused thought. I said mind over matter, or mind over matters. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, there was plenty of times where I used to suffer from headaches. I used to suffer from severe migraines. And I would literally talk my body down off of being sick like that. Because the mind, if I could do it, anybody could do it. You can train your mind to govern the body to not be ill.
That's right. Using willpower, the ability to overcome physical limitations and problems, obstacles that you have attracted in your life. You got to think about it. Everybody that you run across, or every situation that you run into, whether good or bad, is what you created from the inside. See, the thing is, this infinite potential, right? This power that you have in you, whether you're conscious of it or not, you're still using it.
Right.
Point blank. And you can build or destroy with it.
Sure can.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that's going through crazy situations, well, guess what? You creating that situation off your power. Off the power of your mind, off your thoughts, off the frequency of your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you creating it. And the thing is, like, I used to get mad. I should tell you, I used to get mad and upset when certain, like, situations that might be considered negative will pop up. And she'd be like, yo, you can't get mad, yo. This is what you created. This is what you agreed to come back and deal with. You know, hands down. You know what I'm saying? I set this up at the table when I was setting up my universal birth chart, my record, whatever lesson I came here to learn. Everything that you're going through is what you set up. And it sounds cool because you be like, yo, there's some kids out here that might be going through like some physical ailments or sicknesses or disease. You might have some kids that might be getting violated in certain kind of ways.
Right.
You got adults getting violated in certain kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? And like from a human aspect, we'll look at that and be like, oh man, that's sad. Like emotionally, it bothers us. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have somebody get taken out young. Right. You find a child getting murdered or something like that. But you got to think about it. They incarnated here with that little bit of time to get whatever lesson they need to get. And they get on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not saying not to be sensitive to things that's going on, but we have to remember the spiritual aspect of things too. Right. And that's what I'm saying when I say society has watered us down as far as dealing with that higher self, because we too low self right now. You understand? And I understand that we need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we lower 3 chakras like crazy. And don't get me wrong, because if you got it, there's a purpose for it. That's why I'm not big on donating nothing out your body. If you got 2 of this, you got 2 for a reason. But we lower 3 chakras like crazy. We're not dealing with that, beyond that crossroad, dealing with the higher self. You know what I'm saying? From the heart to the crown. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, you have to deal with your lower 3 chakras. In this society that we in today, you need that survival instinct. I tell people that. You might have to rough somebody up, man.
You got a lot of people telling y'all to, you know, get rid of certain things about you. It's negative. It's this, that, and the third. I say don't do it. Do not get rid of your survival. Don't get rid of your root chakra potential. Why? Because if something comes up, if you come into a situation and it's a matter of survival, and you sitting up there sniffing a flower, you're going to get killed. And it's wonderful to do that. It's wonderful to be in tune with all that stuff. You need your lower self sometimes to survive. But you don't need your lower self on an everyday basis in dealing with everyday people. You do not need that to deal with your children, to deal with your spouse, to deal with your family, to be at your job or whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. That is supposed to be locked up with a key someplace and let out when needed and put back. But do not let anybody tell you that defending yourself or, doing anything that is
scared of the karma of defending yourself.
Right, conducive to protecting yourself. That's not a bad thing.
Yo, there's people out here let somebody come and just abuse them and they won't retaliate at all because they're afraid of what might happen karma-wise, right? And I'm like, yo, the karma is going to come from you not defending yourself because the first law of the universe is preservation.
That's right, self-preservation.
Self-preservation, yo. Food, clothing, shelter, and defending yourself. I'm going to say it like a brother told me, if you can't defend it, you ain't going to keep it.
That's
and
right.
that goes beyond material thing.
He did say
you know what I'm saying? If you can't defend your mind, you're going to lose it. And there's people out there that want your mind. Believe that. Your mind is the main target. You know what I'm saying? They start working and trying to get your mind from you when you start elementary school.
They take your mind
even
from
before
you.
that.
They take your mind from you when your parents conceive you.
Yeah, when that birth certificate is signed, they're working on getting your mind already from that point.
They're doing it because you have shows that's supposed to be built for children, and you looking and you seeing something shaped like a phallus.
Right, because mind for real, it's crazy because mind being consciousness, thought and spirit has an influence over the physical body, physical matter. Everything we see is based off what we put into it. Hands down, we operate mind over matter subconsciously every day, but when our conscious or with direct intent to tap into our godhood or ashe. You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything physically, man, until you believe in yourself. And that's why validation is important, and it starts with parents who validate their kids. You build up a confidence in your children. You know what I'm saying? So when they end up in a situation that they're grown and they out there, they're not looking, they're securing themselves, they're not looking for nobody to validate them. You know what I'm saying?
Arrogance is not the same thing as confidence.
Right.
Please don't get that confused. Arrogance and confidence is not the same thing.
Right.
But we have to teach our children. Everybody's concentrating on teaching our daughters to love themselves. Everything's about our daughters, right? What about our sons? We have some broken men out here because they were not taught as boys that they were important. You know, that they matter, that it's okay to have emotions. We have emotionless robots out here, and it's breaking them down because as humans, we're supposed to have emotions. Men too. You understand? It's breaking these men down because they can't even show somebody in their heart how they feel. Because this society will tell him he's wrong for loving somebody.
Well, that's what society want. It want to cut you off from your power. It's not going to teach you about that hidden God that's within you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not going to teach you about the Amen Ra. You know what I'm saying? They're going to teach you about that God that's within you because of the fact that when you tap into that, it's no limits. It's no holding back.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, you ain't got an answer to nothing or no one outside of you.
Because I see that you guys were talking about accountability in the comments earlier, and I wasn't able to address it. Accountability is a super thing. Embrace it. Self-accountability. I'm dead serious. Because if we do not account for stuff, if you can't say, I'm sorry, my bad, or say, I didn't mean that.
Right.
Or that was an accident, or whatever. If you can confess that you truly are sorry about something, whether you meant to do it or not, it makes you a bigger person. I'm dead serious. Self-accountability. Say, look, I did that. I said that. You know.
And people don't know that's how you break karma. By admitting, if I did something if I violated somebody right now, of course, the pendulum is going to swing back the other way, and I'm going to have to deal with that at some future point where it's going to come up. I'm going to have to deal with it. What I threw out there is what I'm going to get back. But the way that you can break that, one of the possible ways that you can break that is by admitting what you did wrong and being sincere from the heart.
and walk right after that.
Right.
The best apology is not you saying I'm sorry. The best apology is changing where you're not going to do that to somebody.
Right, see, that's the thing. See, it ain't no cop out like what you get in the Christian church. I've seen so many Christians go out here and do something that they not supposed to do. And they be like, yeah, I know I'm wrong. Then they turn around and do 5 Hail Marys or repent. You know what I'm saying? They repent right after that and think that wipes them clean.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, karma don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? You got to be sincere when you come from the heart. If you're really sincere about it, man, you can actually stop that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can do something so crazy that you just got to deal with that coming back.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
But the sad thing about it is, and again, you know, talk about being infinite in your mind. Being mentally and emotionally infinite.
Right.
You understand? Those are so many possibilities. Guess what? You could be laying up in the bed, bedridden. As long as your mind works, you can still get some things done out there in the other realms, spiritually.
Right. We just don't know who we are. We didn't fell into the human thing. We've been doing it for so long. We actually think this really who we are. You know what I'm saying? You think that your name is really who you are. You think that your job is really who you are. You think that your title is who you really are. You think that appearance looking back at you in the mirror, you think that body is who you really are.
Oh, how about the ones that are talking about they believe in, you know, multiple lifetimes? They talking about dying and coming right on back here. Because they so stuck on human traits and human emotions and human materialistic things.
You gotta let that go. A lot of people that you see that we call apparitions or ghosts, especially with European people, right? You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of ghosts and things around, right? Those are people who was too materialistic and they so bound to this earth that they can't let go and move on to other realms or other, you know, places they need to be in the spirit world.
Need to be, they probably stuck here. They probably bound here.
Yeah, they bound here. Yeah, you can actually bind yourself to someone or bind yourself to things. Mm-hmm. That's why it's not so good to be materialistic, man. You know what I'm saying? And society, man, everything is about what I have, what you don't have, what you have. I got to get what you got. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool to have. It's cool to have things because you need that for your human experience. But that's not. This is not your final destination.
It shouldn't be.
That's what I'm trying to tell people. You are consciousness inside of a body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When the body is going, or
it expires.
When the body expires, guess what? Your consciousness lives. There's no death for the consciousness. The consciousness has to go somewhere. Right. And then, you know, that's when the whole out of body experience and things like astral projection, astral planes and things like that come into play. You know what I'm saying? The body is temporary. That's why you get sick. That's why your hair come out. That's why your knees break down. That's why your back break down. That's why your teeth fall out your mouth.
It's a human experience.
Because it's letting you know that this is temporary. Right. You on borrowed time. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. You know what I'm saying? For most people, to really get the lessons they need, it's going to take more than one lifetime. Mm-hmm. That's why we had a reincarnation thing set in the first place. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to a brother the other day, and he was telling me about, you know, some of our ancestors back in ancient times, they knew about this fall that we was going to go through. Yep. So the thing is that a lot of them volunteered to actually come here to have to endure and go through this. To go through this.
And plant some of that knowledge back in.
Because they was the ones who messed it up in the first place. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the thing is, we messed up here. Some with us messed this up. It's going, you know, we gotta get there and deal with it. What's that?
Jay said that we need to do a segment on lucid dreams one day.
Yeah, I have a lot of crazy dreams, man. I have a lot. Yo, yes. Yeah.
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show, man. Just in 1 week, I've been having crazy experiences with dreams, man. That's crazy. Yeah, we can do that. But yeah, that's the thing, though, man. I'm more concerned about humanity and the confidence level of people that I've been running across because they really don't know who they are. You know, and it's crazy because you hear it. You hear it consciously all the time. Mary had a song called It's the God in Me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? People really didn't think about that song. They're telling you that it's a power within you. Right. It's a creative force within you. Right. It's a divinity within you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And people don't like tapping into that. You know what I'm saying? People be copping out. Because people don't want to deal with responsibility.
But also some people are scared to death because of the whole comparing yourself to God thing in religion. And it's a blasphemy thing for them. But
I could have sworn Jesus said, "Ye are gods.
well,
You can do works like I and even greater."
right. I know that.
That's in the Bible.
You know that, but they're
Right.
afraid of it. They're scared to death of doing it.
Excuse me, because people pick and choose what they want, the information they want to come across.
Right.
They pick and choose what they need to justify what they're doing in their life.
Information
Whether
for
good or
them
bad.
is convenience
Right.
for most people.
Right. Information.
Right.
Inform. That's within. Inform. You need a structure. You know what I'm saying?
You know I know.
Information. That's what it is. I mean, information is good, but information and knowledge is power. Like information could be telling me about something that's going on in my community, but knowledge is something that you can actually apply to your life and change it.
You can also give knowledge back. Like knowledge is exchangeable. It's energy.
Right.
Knowledge
Right.
is energy. And the beautiful thing about energy is it doesn't leave. Now it can change frequencies. It can go from positive to negative, but it's still there. It will never leave. So it's up to you of what are you going to do with the energy that's in your field, in your force field.
Yeah.
How are you going to transform your energy around you?
Yeah. How do you apply it?
That
Because
too.
a lot of people can have knowledge, but their life don't show it.
Right.
I know a lot of people with knowledge, but they're not doing that for themselves. I know a lot of people that's angry and want to be like, I'm bucking the system, but at the same time, you dependent on the system to feed you.
Right.
What are you doing with your knowledge? How does it change your life? See, I can personally testify to that, because who I am today is not who I was 11, 12, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago.
Right.
This is a process. This is a growing point for me. You know what I'm saying? It has changed me a lot. I'm an Aries, I'm a fire sign, but a lot of my fire has been turned down.
Right.
Because now I understand that I have to govern myself, and I understand that there's governing forces outside of here. You know what I'm saying? I understand that for every action there's a reaction. I understand that there's a price to pay for letting myself run around reckless. And you grow out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
Yeah. And you know, it really is the price is high. Price is high, and then it cuts down your infinite possibilities of what you can do.
Right, your infinite potential. It's in you. You've been using it the whole time. You just weren't aware that you was using it. Like I said, you can build a destroy with it. It's like a hammer. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's it. What you gonna do with it? The
And it's up to you.
It's in you.
It's
I
up
mean,
to
you
you.
just gotta go within. Like I tell people, like that's why I'm so big on meditation. Meditation is a major key to unlocking it, and that's the thing. You gotta get into what unlocks the power within you. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it might take them to get angry.
Oh yeah.
It might take some, because you got to get that off, because energy can't be stagnant.
Or you
It'll
can
cause
see
problems.
somebody that you care about in danger,
Right.
and it will cause a whole
Right.
different
Some people
manifestation.
do things like Kundalini meditation,
Oh,
where the
yeah.
Kundalini energy rises up and down the spine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have that power within you. Like you got to think about it. You have access to a vast resource of energy and power throughout the whole entire universe. You know what I'm saying? And the universe is always expanding.
Yeah.
You just gotta tap into what you see.
Jay said, right, people are not using their knowledge in the proper way. They're using it for other agendas that don't benefit the greater good of things. You're right. There are people out there who are really greedy with their stuff, and they're holding it to themselves, and they're doing things to make sure that they're okay. This is not what this is about. That's not what knowledge is. That's not what positive energy is. That's not what manifestation is. Because if you have a whole community and you have a garden to yourself, but everybody else is hungry, and you have plenty, You have a plethora of food. I mean, that doesn't make you better than everybody else. You know, that's a horrible thing when you're using that, or you're, you know, making people do strange things to achieve what you have, or receive what you have, put it like that. And, you know, this knowledge is the same thing. Spirituality, all of that stuff. If you have this, and you know that you can help somebody do that. But if you're doing this, and there are some people watching, I'm telling you right now, if you are doing any of these things to use people to achieve something just for selfish reasons, ancestors are watching you. I'm telling you right now, they're going to break you down.
Shemaine said you can't feed everybody.
You can't feed everybody, Shemaine. I understand that. This is my thing, though. If you have a community, right, and I'm growing carrots and you're growing potatoes, and somebody else has some peas and somebody else got some onions, we can make soup. And everybody eat.
That's what a community is. Community and the individual thing.
You understand?
It's collective.
If you got somebody who figure, I don't want none of y'all damn soup, then no, you can't feed them.
Cut them off.
Then let them fend for themselves.
Isolation to eat them up down the line.
I mean, that's fine, but maybe not, because some people work well by themselves. Let them go ahead and do what they need to do. Not everybody can work good in groups.
Yeah, but it's going to be a resource that they're going to need for somebody else.
But that's possible.
And guess what? When you need that resource, remember, you separated and cut yourself off from the collective. You know what I'm saying? What it say, if your left hand betray you, cut it off? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But what good is the left hand without the rest of the body?
Right. No, I can't use my
left
hand. I need my right hand for everything. My left hand is a help to the right hand.
As much as we get caught up in individuality, no matter what, you still don't live to yourself.
No man is an
island. Guess
island.
what? Your energy or your actions or your words is always going to have an effect on somebody else at some point in time.
That's right.
Hands down. That's why I be trying to tell people, you got to be careful. Now, I understand we get emotional and we blow up. We get mad. I do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to come back and correct that, because the thing is, I know people that was nasty with the wordplay. They verbal game was like vicious. And even though they made their transitions, right, they done said things to people when they was living that still have people affected to this day. And it's tearing them up to this day. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful, because those words and those thoughts, you know, they still live on. It's no death for that. The only thing it's a death for is the physical body.
Right.
And even in that, it's still life, because there's still change and movement going on in that.
Right. And Charmaine, you do have a point. She said, I could bring you a cup, but I can't make you drink it. That's exactly true.
Right.
You're exactly right. But if you are supposed to be part of a community where we all are sharing the same things practically, you understand, or the same likeful things, right? Mm-hmm. And you are using this to your advantage, that's not going to work neither. You understand? Don't bring me a cup and you have filth in it because you want me to fill it up and give it to somebody else.
You know what? I'm glad she said that, because it was an elder sat me down, and like, I love my elders, and the elders that like, I call them my masters. You know, they say you ain't supposed to call them man your master. I call them masters because they mastering things going on in their life, and I learned from their examples. But these are not elders that's like would be considered to be in the conscious community. If anything, they're more grassroots. But the elder was telling me about the cup. He's saying, you know, we could look at knowledge, or look at a cup being filled full as, you know, a symbol of having a lot of knowledge. Mm-hmm. But if you got a full cup, right, you can't get nothing else in it.
Right.
So the thing is, you have to actually pour out to get more into that cup. So that's what I be trying to tell people. It's the duty of the civilized man to teach the uncivilized. Every piece of knowledge or information that you come across, you need to share that. You have to put it out there. That's why we be doing these lives, because it ain't doing me no good to read and study this and this and that and sit on it. It don't do you no good. Yo, it's an exchange. It's a current. In, out, in, out. Yo, when you receive something, you got to give something. That's how the universe works.
Right. And we're not doing these videos to try to reach people who's not listening to anything we're saying or don't believe in nothing we're saying. That's fine. We have plenty of people, like-minded, that will watch our videos and comment. Right.
It's therapeutic.
Right, Mike. Exactly. He said you got to give to get. Absolutely. Right, and see, the thing is, we're I can't do anything about somebody who sits there and go, oh, I don't believe in astrology. I don't want to read that. I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't want to hear nothing they got to say. That's fine. They don't have to watch the video. I'm not forcing any of this stuff down anybody's throat. What I'm saying is, I have it. I'm going to give it. It's like, if you put a bowl of candy outside, and, whoever wants them, take it.
Right,
if not, keep it moving.
Believe me,
Somebody
go back and
get
check, that bowl going to be empty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about, and I hate to say this because I've been out here in the conscious community with some people out there that y'all know and see on YouTube and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, a lot of my brothers and sisters out here act like they own the information. You don't own it. You just the vessel. You just a vessel. You don't own it. Guess what? Because if you didn't say it, guess what? The way it was going to work, it was going to come out somebody else's mouth. Mm-hmm. I don't own nothing I say. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of scholars and a lot of people wrote a lot of books out here that put a lot of great information out here. But guess what? They were just open. They were synchronized to receiving it from higher planes of thought.
But they put it in
where
books.
It came through them, and they put it down in books. So guess what? If this author didn't do it, then guess what? That information, that knowledge is going to come through somebody else. So you don't own it. You just a vessel. You understand? You just a vessel that it come through. So if you sitting on something that you know you need to say, all right, sit on it. Well, guess what? The person that it's meant for is going to receive it. It might come through somebody else. Right. How many times somebody had an idea of an invention,
right,
and they never put it out, was lazy to do nothing with it, and like a few years down the line, you see somebody come out with that same invention that you had in your head. It's the same science.
Thoughts are synchronized. Thoughts are synchronized.
That's right.
You ever see a bunch of women together and their menstrual cycles all synchronized? Everybody is running. They might not be the same week, but somebody come on Tuesday, somebody come on Wednesday, somebody come on Thursday. Women are always synchronized. We're synchronized. Thoughts do the same thing. They circulate. They synchronize. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? So we do. Right. We come up with the same ideas. We human.
Mike said they rule by the ego. Yeah, man. Ego is something. Ego is that devil, man.
Ego is supposed to be for survival tactics only. And that's it. And truthfully, ego really doesn't even play a real part. Because if you are on your game, right, if you are on it, doing it, what you got to do, you don't need your ego.
Right, Mike said the student and the teacher are forever bound. Forever bounded. When one teaches, two learn. That's right. That's right. That's why I take the mentality that I'm always going to forever be a student, because I would physically have my consciousness, my soul, my spirit lead this body, and I would not know everything that went on here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always looking to learn. That's just me.
And that's,
you know
that's how
we're going forever. In numerology, my number is a 7. Mm-hmm. Everything in me come up to a number 7. I'm surrounded by 7. 7 in my birthday. Name come up to a 7. I'm surrounded by 7s. You know what I'm saying? For those who are familiar with numerology.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got to get it. I got to get it.
And I'm an 11. So.
Master number.
And it's rough. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not something like, oh, yes, I'm 11. Yay. No, it's a hard life. It's hard. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's constant. It's constant movement. It's constant movement. Right, and I cannot get adjusted to change. I can't get adjusted to the same thing. Put it like that. I can't do stagnation. I have to always adjust to change. Change is constantly rolling for me.
All right. What they say, the only thing that don't change is change yourself.
Right.
Change is always going to happen. Mm-hmm. We live in a universe, in a environment. We live in nature. Nature is always changing. And that's the thing about nature. Nature has a way of correcting all problems. They be like, yo, man, we messing up the environment. Oh, man, the ozone layer, this and that. Man, I'm not concerned and worried about that. Yo, for real, Mother Nature, when she ready to start handing out ass whooping, she going to hand it out. And we've been seeing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nature has a way of correcting all problems.
Yeah. Mike just said you can never judge any vessel of knowledge. Man, woman, or child. Let me tell you something, Mike. You just hit something on the head.
Wow.
Let me tell you why you hit something on the head. A lot of people ask me, why do I send my kids to public school? I'm going to give you the answer, because my whole thing about that is my children have to go to these schools. Put it like this. Let me say, most of y'all watch sports, right? When a team is playing their nemesis team, Forget everybody else. This is the team we gotta beat. They're gonna sit down. They're gonna watch every video of them playing. They're gonna watch their moves. They're gonna study everything about them. It's the art of war, like he said. I do send my kids to public school because I'm gonna teach them here what they need to know. So no, I don't. Even if somebody comes around and they teaching something I don't agree with, I'ma still take a lesson out of that. So no, I don't judge my people that bring me lessons. Real talk, because you might be learning something. Don't shut down nothing somebody's saying, because even they say a crazy person got something to say. Right?
Yeah. Like I feel like the greatest lesson or the greatest teacher out there is a homeless man.
Oh yeah, they see everything.
That is a man that is free. You know what I'm saying? He's given up on materialism.
He gave up on everything.
He gave up on everything. And all he's concerned with is feeding himself and clothing himself and shelter.
That's
food,
it.
clothing, shelter. You know what I'm saying? He ain't worrying about credit.
Right.
He ain't worrying about no gas bill, and he ain't worrying about no car, and get an oil change. He's not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Food, clothing, shelter. But when you think about it, he's a master. Because he didn't master. No, I ain't telling nobody to go out there and be homeless. Let me clear it up.
Please
clarify there's people that'll take that and run with that. You know what I'm saying? And go out there and be like, I didn't being left the wife and the kids and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, you come across an individual to the point where like he done given up on materialism.
Because no matter how hard you can give him whatever you want to, I swear he will reject it and stay out there. Because it's easier for somebody to just get up and be. It is hard as hell to get up every day and calculate how you're going to think, how you're going to talk, how you're going to walk, how you're going to behave, how you're going to act around other people. You have to calculate that daily, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. That's harder. So they just want to be. So, hey, I say let them be. They can give you some damn good look if they see every damn thing and they're being ignored.
Right. You gotta remember, experience is the best teacher, and that's why we incarnate here. You know what I'm saying? That's what life is. It's a series of good and bad experiences. That's what you're gaining. That's the lesson you're gaining, good and bad. And the thing is, everything can't be all perfect and good. You know what I'm saying? You need those hard times. You need the adversity. You know what I'm saying? You need to go through that. You need to go through that pressure to make that diamond.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
That's just what it is. So,
it is what it is.
I ain't gonna talk everybody's head off because I gotta get up early. I
gotta
get up a little bit earlier.
But the moral of all of this is understand your possibilities and your potential.
Right.
You have
potential
it in you.
And possibilities go hand in hand.
You have got to understand who you are and what you are capable of doing. Believe in what you're capable of doing, because you are capable of doing whatever you're trying to achieve.
Not just believing, but know what you're capable of doing.
Yeah, but they gotta believe it first.
Right, because I think what it say, like in the Bible, like, you know, you can move mountains with faith. You know what I'm saying? That's dealing with belief. But when you know, when you know what you have within you, you carry more confidence about yourself, and not just knowing it and believing it, but actually start acting on it. That's the thing. It's a lot of knowing and a lot of believing, but not enough acting. And that's why your life may be the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Because faith without actions is dead, man. You gotta get hands on.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hands on experience is what bring about change.
You gotta get it going. You know, I mean, we can achieve so many things. And now that more of us are opening up to our spirituality, I love that. I love to see y'all joining a group and putting in all your stuff. Like, you guys are so active spiritually. That is what's gonna win our battles. Right. Because we have armies that people can't see.
That's right. That's right.
I love that. I love that.
That's right. I got friends on the other side. That's my favorite song of the Princess and the Frog. I got friends on the other side. Believe that. Our enemies too. On that note, I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna say peace and blessings to everyone for checking in. Peace and blessings to everyone who's gonna stumble across these lives. Yo, just remember, man, we are human, but at the same time, we spiritual beings at the same time too. We gotta find that balance. You know what I'm saying? We can't be one more than the other, because you're here in a physical body, which means you have a mission. You have something that you here to do. But understand, this is not your final destination. You're here on borrowed time, so if it's something you need to say to somebody or something that you need to do it, because it ain't promised to you to even finish tonight or finish tomorrow, according to whatever kind of
And
contract.
don't try to come back here next lifetime and fulfill that. All right, y'all?
Right, because you could build up more stuff and you might have double the load or triple the load next time. So go ahead and take care of what you need to take care of right now.
Many blessings, y'all.
Many blessings on that note. Peace.
Peace.